Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're taking EZA transforming Gogeta blue while his time has kind of been and gone to show him off. I completely forgot about taking him into the newish Cell Max Red Zone event, so we're going to do that today. I'm feeling good about this one. I am using an orange Piccolo friend just because I haven't really used this guy since he's been out. I'm not even going to lie on any kind of joint runs, or kind of taking him as a friend on runs. So we're going to do that now. We kind of have a kind of a mess of a rotation. We do want EZA Tech God Goku with Gogeta blue. I'm going to leave Piccolo up front right now while he's got type advantage. Gamma 1 then can then super attack and then start building himself up. And then God Goku's going to be A-OK no matter what here, especially with the type advantage. And has, of course, all that damage reduction because we are facing a movie boss. But if you haven't been enjoying the content, including this video, don't forget to drop a like, subscribe if you're new. All the support is very much appreciated. 7.4 mil already off the bat. I think this Piccolo is rainbowed and he is level 10 links, but he's just, I really wish I pulled him. I really wish I got him. And I just didn't. I got Gohan. Don't get me wrong, Gohan's quite fun to use, but just he's not on the level of Piccolo. It's just is what it is. Gohan's fun to use. Both their animations are amazing, but just Piccolo is just ridiculous. And if you guys missed the short, I did end up picking up the Strength Movie Heroes Piccolo yesterday with teal coins. Now, some of you may be thinking, why don't you save them? I do currently have both Carnival LRs in the game. So I was like, I don't really need them right now. Yes, they could have been handy for a rainy day, you know, keep them in the bank. But I was kind of like, he's one of the best sideband units in the entire game, even one of the stronger units in the entire game right now. Why not just pick him up? I don't even have Orange Piccolo to run him with, but I know he's still going to be good. Okay, so this we can work with this. So my gods, 158k defense, they have guard. I'm going to use a Whis just to make sure they don't take too much damage. But guard, Whis, my god should be good. They're going to double stack before getting the final two attacks. Gogeta only has one attack to deal with here. And I have used him on a run before, which I don't think I've uploaded those videos yet. I have actually uploaded him on a run before, or done runs before with him on the team, but floating. And he can take quite a bit of damage on this phase. Like, while having type disadvantage against Cell Max right here, he can take a lot of damage, naturally because of the type disadvantage. And right now, he's only got, what, 160k defense? 163k defense. He's going to get that attacking defense plus 50% when attacking. He's only going to raise his defense by 30% on super because we're not in blue yet. His defense will be in a solid spot considering he hasn't transformed. But on this phase, because of the type disadvantage, and Cell Max does like 300k on basics, he will take quite a bit of damage here. Like, even on a super with a Whis active, post-super, with all that extra defense he'll get in the Super Saiyan, you're still talking 300k. That sticks in my memory because he didn't dodge it. 300k of a Whis after supering an SSJ is still a lot. So that Whis is definitely being activated right now, otherwise we would probably die. Unless, of course, he decides to dodge, which he does have that 50% chance to dodge, which hopefully he utilizes. But if we don't get supered, it doesn't really matter too much, because the basics shouldn't really do too much damage, but still has a chance to dodge. Didn't get the additional super though, but I'll take the additional. He is getting supered. Are we going to dodge it? We didn't dodge it, so this is going to do like 300k, so we're not going to have that much health left. Yeah, there you go, 300k. Kind of proves that I weren't lying. At least Gohan's got his guard as well. But yeah, he can take some serious damage on this phase just because of the type disadvantage, and he's not in blue yet. Other than that, in SSJ, I'm pretty sure he should be completely fine. Alright, we've got the Gamma set up. I'm going to give you all these strength orbs so we can get some health back. And then I'm going to do this so the tech wards can drop and give them to Piccolo and again get some health back. Could have transformed him, but we still have a Whis active, so we might as well utilize it. Because Gamma 1's going to take no damage. Gamma 2 does need to build up. As long as we can pop some additional supers, kind of left, right, and center with the Whis active, again, we should be good. And then Piccolo's completely fine. Super attack shouldn't do anything. I don't think Gamma 1's even fully built up yet, but even so, 47 damage. But yeah, right now, considering Cell Max, I said this before in videos, Cell Max has no build up. There's no phase 1, phase 2, where he starts out relatively easier, but essentially there's no build up in difficulty. You're just in his most difficult phase from the immediate start. There's no build up, so, unlike Cooler Core where it kind of works out really well. While Cooler Core is one of the strongest hitting enemies in the game, Cooler Core has some type of build-up. There is build-up. You know, you're stuck in that first phase 3 turns no matter what. Like, you don't have a choice. You have to survive those 3 turns, you know, and maintain as much HP as possible going into, you know, the Cooler Core phase. You have to, you know, you have to survive the Cooler Army phase. That ends up working out perfectly for Gogeta if he turns up on turn 1, because then by the time you get into the first turn against Cooler Core when he appears, he's transformed into Gogeta Blue when you need him to be in Gogeta Blue, so we can get that 50% attack and defense raise for, what, 4 or 5 turns. Then he's also got the 70% chance to dodge that's increased. It kind of ends up working, whereas here, while Cell Max isn't the hardest hitting off of 1 super attack, he can super attack 2-3 times in a turn. 300k on basics is still quite a lot. His defense isn't enough to contend with having type disadvantage, and you have to wait for Gogeta Blue to pop up. So there is that aspect of it. We're going to transform our god straight away. This phase, of course, we're sitting pretty good. This phase, we are sitting pretty good because we have type advantage. We now got Gogeta Blue out, which dropping the transformation condition down to 4 from 5 turns. I know it's only 1 turn, but it ends up working out so perfectly well. We only have a little bit more defense, 170k, but we're going to get the 50% attack and defense rate, 50% attack and defense raise now, which is exactly what we need. However, I'm gonna pop a Whis. We don't need to pop a Whis here, but because of my blues not being able to 18 key and also only getting 2 rainbow key spheres, they may not dodge. However, Gogeta Blue will be fine here because we've got the 50% attack and defense when attacking. We have type advantage right now, and on top of that, we're going to raise our attack and defense by 50% for the turn. So we're looking at like 300k plus defense off this 1 turn alone, which is more than enough to deal with Cell Max basics because he does 300k on basics, but we have type advantage, so it'll do even less. And of course, now we have that 70% chance to dodge rather than 50% chance to dodge. He didn't dodge the super attack, so this may have hurt us a little bit, but not too much. And of course, that's not going to hurt us whatsoever. But we would have been fine there without an item active. Again, the super attack probably would have done a little bit just because that was our first super attack out of the 5 turns. We're going to raise our attack and defense by 50% for. And again, the Whis was mainly for the gods, just because I couldn't 18 key. And again, while they did end up dodging multiple times, they might not have. Now Gamma 1 has type advantage, which we're good for. Gohan's not really built up yet, so I'm not concerned about popping his active in the slightest. I'm going to save all of those tech orbs for him though, because of course he does need a plethora of orbs, so we can get the 18 key off, and then the additional. But we have a Whis active, so we shouldn't really be taking any damage on this turn either. But so far, Gogeta's doing really well. He's doing really, really well. In SSJ, he should be able to handle the majority of phases apart from the phase where he has type disadvantage. I think after supering, during Super Saiyan, he should have enough to tank Cell Max's basics for either kind of next to nothing or a little bit more than that, but nothing where you're going to worry about him. And again, we have a 50% chance to dodge, which obviously isn't as much as the 70% chance to dodge, but that defense combined with a 50% chance to dodge is still pretty good. It's just his super attack. If he was to be super attacked by Cell Max during Super Saiyan and not dodge it without an item active, you're probably gonna die, I'm not gonna lie. Just because I know 600k isn't the most, but it's more defense than Gogeta can muster up during SSJ, but again, he does have that 50% chance to dodge as well. And then again, as we did, you do have items to be able to use as well, which we saw with type disadvantage. You're still taking 300k with an item active post super. If he was type neutral, you're talking like just over 100k from a super, which is pretty good. But then again, he could be super attacked multiple times, which, to be fair, I haven't really come across too much. I think the most one unit has ever been super attacked in one of these runs against Cell Max has literally been twice. I've never had one unit be super attacked 3 times in 1 turn. No unit has ever been unfortunate enough to suffer that. Of course, if you got Goku, it really doesn't matter if Cell Max super attacks you 3 times. But I don't think I've ever had one unit be super attacked 3 times by Cell Max. I'm not gonna lie. Right, we're not going to do that. He's actually almost dead. The one thing that's great about Gogeta Blue is not only that we're going to raise our attack and defense by 50% for 4 turns, which means he's going to keep getting more defense and more defense. We're already on 256k as it is. So after we super attack here and raise it again by 50% and get the additional 50% attack and defense when attacking, you're talking like 400-500k defense, which means Cell Max's basics without an item active at type neutral are going to do nothing. But then the other part that I love so much is now that we have the 70% chance to dodge, which, you know, as we've seen many a times before, can pop so often, and he can pretty much dodge the majority of attacks that come his way. We got that built-in crit, which is so helpful because Cell Max has such a chunky health bar. Like, it's so meaty. Like, he has an 80 million HP health bar. And at least with Gogeta Blue having that built-in crit, it means he's constantly doing great raw damage to Cell Max's health. Even when he has type disadvantage, when he's type neutral, it's not only on the type advantage phases he's really doing damage, he's doing damage on every phase that comes his way. 11 million attacks that because he's dodged, so he's got the extra attack plus 50% for 4 turns, and he's got a guaranteed crit, which means he can really dent Cell Max's health bar. And then of course, because we have dupes, we did hit an additional. Unfortunately, there was no additional super. But if that was an additional super, he would have done like a total of 11 million damage in that one turn. And then he's doing what he does best. He ended up dodging every single attack that came his way, including the super. This is why dodge is so strong right now. Don't get me wrong, they could release some future harder content where you can't actually dodge, things like that. You know, we've had that with Red Zone. But still, this is why he's so good, is because of that 70% chance to dodge. And now that more Red Zone stages you can actually dodge in, you end up potentially, especially with the 70% chance to dodge, you end up dodging the majority of attacks that come his way if you do get lucky, which he did there, where he takes absolutely no damage in the turn whatsoever while having very good solid defense of like 500 to 600k. But he's done really well here. As I said, that built-in crit is actually huge. I know it doesn't seem, I know there's a lot of hard-hitting units nowadays, like we're looking at 10, 11 plus attack stats right now. Like 10, 11 million plus. I know that's kind of the standard in Dokkan right now, but he's doing that or getting to that and more. Then again, there's the potential of an additional super, which means he's doing it again and he's doing even more damage. But that built-in crit with that 10 and 11 million plus, as I said, means he's doing great damage to Cell Max's health bar, which, as I said, he has an 80 million HP health bar. Gogeta Blue is actually properly denting it because of that built-in crit. He's doing what he's putting out numbers these more recent Dokkan Fests are doing, and he's guaranteed critting as well. And as I said, if you get any additional supers, that means he's going to raise his attack and defense by 50% again in that turn, do even more damage, and a guaranteed crit. So the possibility of him doing like 12 million damage in one turn is generally ridiculous. But it means he's actually doing like decent damage to Cell's health bar every turn, no matter what phase, no matter what typing Cell Max is on. He's actually doing some very good damage and properly denting him while being able to tank all double digits, all basics for double digits when he's in blue. Doesn't tank too badly in SSJ, but you do kind of have to be careful on supers. Then he has the 70% chance to dodge in blue, which means for the majority, as he did there on that final turn of his appearance, he's dodging pretty much everything. And I don't currently have a team. There he is. Like I say, I don't currently have a team set up with him. But then he's dodging everything while having solid defense after like 3-4 turns of supering, where even the super attack might not actually do that much damage to him, and especially won't do any, you know, any damage to him with a Whis active. He's got like 500-600k defense when he's 4-5 supers deep anyway, when he's in blue. So now that we've completely finished his world tour of all the Red Zone stages, he's still, even though we're about to get Gohan very soon, he's still one of the strongest EZAs in the game. And probably one of my favorite, I'm not gonna lie. He's so fun to use. Great damage, the dodge, great defense to go with the dodge. Oh, Gogeta, man. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Drop a like, subscribe if you're new. I'll see you in the next video, guys. And peace.